We're going to do good cop gets fired, good cop gets bad cop fired and arrested.
Some
propaganda.
And what and the right and wrong of police interactions. This episode covers use of force, officer obstruction, and official misconduct, and is brought to us by Cameras Everywhere's channel.
And we got a new box video, too.
And give them the credit that they deserve. On July 26, 2021, Officer David Lance Dukes of the Orangeburg Department of Public Safety responded to a call regarding a man banging on a townhouse door, allegedly with a gun in his waistband. When he arrived on the scene, Officer Dukes immediately drew his gun and ordered 58-year-old disabled man Clarence Gaillard and his cousin Mario Julian, who were standing in the parking lot outside the townhouse, to the ground.
Hey, let me see your hands. Bert, get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground right here. Get on the ground. You, burgundy shirt, get on the ground. Over here. On the ground. On the ground. Get on the ground. Do you not listen? Get on the ground.
Mr. Gaillard attempts to comply with Officer Dukes' orders by getting onto his hands and knees, but Officer Dukes forcefully uses his foot to attempt to force Mr. Gaillard all the way to the ground.
Typical, dude. Classic. Fucking typical, classic bullshit, dude. Classic. All right.
Causing his head to violently hit the pavement. In the 1989 case of Graham versus Connor, the Supreme Court explained that the Fourth Amendment requires a police officer's use of force to be quote-unquote reasonable under the circumstances, and identified 3 factors that courts should consider when determining whether an instance of force was reasonable. These factors include, quote, the severity of the crime at issue, whether the suspect poses an immediate threat to the safety of the officers or others, and whether he is actively resisting arrest or attempting to evade arrest by flight. More recently, in the 2016 case of Armstrong versus Village of Pinehurst, the Fourth Circuit, which includes South Carolina, held that, quote, non-compliance with lawful orders justifies some use of force, but the level of justified force varies based on the risks posed by the resistance. Even purely passive resistance can support the use of some force, but the level of force an individual's resistance will support is dependent on the factual circumstances underlying that resistance. In this situation, the severity of the crime at issue was limited at best, although Officer Dukes claimed to believe that Mr. Gaillard had a gun at the beginning of the interaction. However, at the time Officer Dukes used force against Mr. Gaillard, it was clear that he did not pose an immediate threat, as he had raised both of his empty hands above his head before getting on his hands and knees. Finally, Mr. Gaillard was not resisting arrest in any way. In fact, he was attempting to comply with Officer Dukes' commands when the force was employed. Under these circumstances, it is highly likely that a court would conclude that Officer Dukes' use of force against Mr. Gaillard was neither justified nor reasonable.
Is there a gun back there? By that truck.
Broad enough that any action could warrant any use of force by police? Of course, that is by design, for the record. For those of you who don't know, that is deliberate. That is by design. That's why the way that it is written that way.
No gun. You're not listening, dude. Bro, you got a gun on you, man?
No, I ain't got no gun.
I
don't
just
want
asked.
no gun. I don't want
Turn
no
back over. Paul, do you watch him say?
Okay, I gotta pee real quick. I'll be back in a second, okay?
He had something.
Also, I'm gonna run the top of the hour ad break right now. Yeah, I'm just asking. Why are you asking that? Why did you do this? Why did you fucking bash his skull in? Absolutely psychotic. At the top of the hour, there's a 6-second ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, if you want an uninterrupted broadcast experience, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with the Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, or you can get gifted a sub. Here's the 1-minute ad break now. I got to go pee real quick. I'll be back.
The door's unlocked. It's not always shut.
No, he was right here. Watch him. Go watch him. There it is. All right, that's what he had. All right, who's the complainant? All right, get him up.
Put your leg up.
25 cents, got one tank.
Alright. Put your leg that way so you can stand up.
All right, listen, I'm about to help you. Hold on. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right.
Yep.
Listen.
Yep, they slammed my head
Listen.
down on the cement. Yep.
Go back inside. Go back in the house. Go back in the
Yep.
house. Ain't nobody talking to you.
I got head drummer.
Go back in the house.
Yep. Y'all bust my head down. Yeah, I've been in an accident. Yep. Y'all bust my head down. You threw me down.
I sure did.
and-
You wasn't listening.
Yep. No, it ain't. You ain't to throw me down like that. I'm disability.
Okay.
I got head problem. Yup, you threw me down. Yup, you threw me down. You threw me down. Yup, you bust my head down on the cement. Yup, you bust my head.
All right, let me tell you what happened.
His forehead.
You bust my head down on the cement.
He was in front of the car when I came up. And he was walking like this. And I thought it was a gun at first. I said, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun. I had him at gunpoint. And he's over here doing something like this.
You slammed my head. You slammed my
What
head
he was doing is
down
putting
in
this up behind the
cement.
tire. So he comes over right here. He got his hands in his pockets.
Yeah. Wait, that's crazy. I can't believe. Wait, first of all, did he even do that? I didn't even see that. But that's just the fucking. Isn't that a tire iron? Like, what the fuck? Why would he? No, he didn't. Oh, he's just lying about it. I didn't. Cause sorry, I was peeing.
I don't know about her vehicle.
He had something.
I ain't on no gun.
The door's unlocked. It's not always shut.
No.
It's such a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Because like, if he came up, he didn't have anything in his hands. If he had anything in his hands, you would have shot him. You came in hot as fuck with your service weapon, trained at this dude. Right? Like, you're ready to fucking shoot him.
He's right here. Watch him. Go watch him.
If it's just a tire iron,
There it is. All right, that's what he had.
what the fuck is that? That's nothing. I thought it was a tire iron. It's just a fucking
All right, that's what
stick.
he had.
The fuck is that? That thing didn't even put a dent in the it's duct tape. I thought that was a tire iron. What the fuck? You can't even have like a stick with duct tape on it. The fuck is that? Bro, cops be like, wow, do you see this? In the right hands, this is a weapon, okay? Like, for example, what if you put this in the freezer? Okay, what if you put this in the freezer for an extended period of time and then you just handed it off to me and I, unbeknownst to me, didn't realize this was in the freezer and I opened it and it exploded in my face? That's a weapon. That's a lethal fucking weapon, dude. That's fucked up.
All right, who's the complainant? All right, get him up.
Put your leg up.
25 cents, got one tank.
Alright. Put your leg that way so you can stand up.
All right, listen, I'm about to help you. Hold on. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right.
Yep.
Listen.
Yep, they slammed my head
Listen.
down on the cement. Yep.
Go back inside. Go back in the house. Go back in the
Yep.
house. Ain't nobody talking to you.
I got head
He said call EMS.
drummer.
Go back in the house.
Yep. Y'all bust my head down. Yeah, I've been in an accident. Yep. Y'all bust my head down. You threw me down.
I sure did.
and-
You wasn't listening.
Yep. No, it ain't. You ain't to throw me down like that. I'm disability.
Okay.
I got head problem. Yup. You threw me down. Yup. You throw me down. You throw me down. Yep, you bust my head down on the cement.
That other person could absolutely stand out there, except the main reason why that fucking person walked back into his own house is not because, like, it's illegal for him to stand out there. It's outside his own goddamn house. He could totally fucking stand out there all he wants. It's out of fear. And very reasonable fear that he doesn't want to be the next guy that they bust the head of. Okay? That's the reason.
Yep, you bust my head.
All right, let me tell you what.
His forehead.
You bust my head down on the cement.
He was in front of the car when I came up. And he was walking like this. And I thought it was a gun at first. I said, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun. Had him at gunpoint. And he's over here doing something like this.
You slam my head. You slam my
What
head
he was doing is
down
putting
on
this up behind the
cement.
tire. So he comes over right here. He got his hands in his pockets. I'm telling him, let me see your hands, let me see your hands, let me see your
Why you
hands.
bust my head then?
He wasn't listening.
No, it ain't.
He got the, like this right here,
You grab me,
and we went onto the
and
ground.
you bust my head.
Officer Dukes claims that when Mr. Gaillard was walking from behind the white vehicle, he believed that he had a gun and repeatedly told him to drop it. Officer Dukes also alleges that once Mr. Gaillard stepped in front of the vehicle, he had his hands in his pockets and repeatedly ignored requests to show his hands. However, the body cam footage shows that Mr. Gaillard actually had his hands above his head, and that while Officer Dukes repeatedly screamed at Mr. Gaillard to get on the ground, he never asked him to drop a gun or show his hands, likely because Mr. Gaillard's hands were visible throughout the encounter. An incident report filed by Corporal Brandy Smith, who was also on the scene, states that while Mr. Gaillard was walking from the passenger side of the vehicle, he appeared to have...
Why is he lying? It's all on his body camera. Great question. Because cops lie all the fucking time because they can get away with it. In most of these circumstances, especially if you're not like a gigantic asshole that other cops don't fucking like either, on the force, you will 100% get away with that shit. Who's going to check? Other cops are going to check. That is if they escalate this, okay? You understand? This kind of stuff rarely ever gets escalated to internal affairs. And if it gets to escalated to internal affairs, that's still literally other fucking... that's still literally other... God, Jenk is like sending me the dumbest fucking text message right now in the middle of everything. It gets escalated to other cops who are, in more cases, and more often than not, are going to turn the other cheek. They're going to look the other way. Sorry. Okay? It's only when you're like a particularly annoying asshole that even other cops don't like. That's the only time when, they actually end up getting in trouble if someone does report it.
But that once he reached the front of the vehicle, he took his hands out of his pockets. Corporal Smith's report also states that Officer Dukes was giving loud verbal commands for Mr. Gaillard to get on the ground, but makes no mention of a gun or any commands to drop a gun or show his hands. It's also important to note that when Officer Dukes was reporting what happened, he did not explain the method he used to take Mr. Gaillard down. Corporal Smith's report claimed that when Mr. Gaillard did not get completely on the ground, Officer Dukes pushed him to the ground by placing his right foot on the middle of Mr. Gaillard's back. However, the incident report filed by Sergeant Aquel Polador states that Officer Dukes, quote, jumped up and stomped Mr. Gaillard on the back of his neck with his foot. Although it is unclear from the body camera footage whether Officer Dukes' foot landed on Mr. Gaillard's neck or upper back, it is certain that the version of events Officer Dukes explained to his commanding officer did not align with the body camera footage or the reports filed by his colleagues.
Down on the cement.
Oh.
Yeah, your head did hit the cement.
Right, because you bust me down on the cement.
Where's the complainant?
You bust my head down on the cement.
Right here?
Do you think your viewers are mentally disabled when they say ACAP? Sure, cops do things wrong. Saying ACAP is just pathetic in my opinion. Everybody probably knows someone that has gotten help from a police. Yeah, totally. Probably, dude. Yeah, definitely. My friend, people say all cops are bad or all cops are bastards. Not because, like, each individual that fucking puts on the badge is a bad person across the board in every facet of their lives. They say that because when you do put on the fucking badge, you have to do cop shit. And doing cop shit means upholding all fucking laws. Doing cop shit means protecting and serving the interests of capital rather than protecting and serving the interests of the people you are supposed to be protecting and serving. Okay? So a cop might be a good person when they're not a cop. You know, maybe. Someone might have even joined the force under positive assumptions, under the assumption that they're going to be like a nice person that ends up, changing the attitude of the force, or a nice person that just wants to help out his community, his or her community. But ultimately, cops do a lot of stuff like this. And more importantly, as you notice, a lot of the other cops aren't doing anything when this old dude who's disabled is getting his fucking skull bashed by the fucking fat pig. Because that's what cops are supposed to do. That's their purpose. Their purpose is to destroy the poor people, marginalized people, even white poor marginalized people as well, by the way.
You bust my head. You bust my head.
Where's the complaint?
You bust my head down.
We're trying to get the name of the complainant.
You
So
bust my head.
What are we doing? I guess Sam was going to check him out.
Ain't nobody
There ain't nothing about here wanting to press charges on.
Who called?
I'm not sure.
Take him out of cuffs right now. I mean, because that's what we
You're
got.
gonna have to use your force.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
slam my head down.
Dude, I didn't know what his
You
intention
use
was.
the force. You need to unlock your camera.
Alright.
The officer did wrong. Slam my head down. Bust my forehead. Damn right. You gonna pay me for that shit too.
Mayor, I'm going to take that into evidence of what he had.
What?
Well, I mean, that's the reasons I did what I did. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm coming from.
No gun or nothing.
How does marginalizing poor people protect capital? What do you mean? You're separating the poors from the rich. You don't want the fucking disgusting poors to come into your neighborhood and stink up the place. What the fuck are you talking about? You don't want the disgusting working poors to get together and organize and do a fucking protest outside of your work. You don't want the working poors to get together and organize in their workplace and, God forbid, do a work stoppage, a strike. Someone needs to bust their skulls in and teach them a fucking lesson. Who's done that historically? I'm sure you live in the hood, bro. No, of course I don't live in the hood. What the fuck do you mean? I'm in West Hollywood. What does me living in the hood or not have anything to do with this? I'm not saying I live in the hood either. I've never said that. You dumb bitch.
Because when he was behind the truck, I couldn't see what he was doing. And I didn't know where
There ain't nothing there.
that went. If it was still in his pockets when he come around that car with his hands in his pockets.
These dogs officer.
Got it
No.
on camera.
Yeah, a
All
dog
right, that's
stick.
fine.
A dog stick.
So he can come out of cuffs?
Yes. Take him out of handcuffs.
Yeah, he can come out.
Dude. I feel like this guy, first of all, even the cops kind of seem like cops are doing something that you don't often see them do, which is like not immediately pat him on the back, which is surprising. Even they kind of are looking at him like, bro, you fucked up. Like, which is surprising, which is why I'm saying, like, this homie might not have been, like, well liked in the force or something, which probably played a role in this getting escalated. You know what I mean?
go let you want me to check you out?
Gotta take pictures. You mind looking? Hi. Good, how are you? What's going on?
Officer slammed my forehead down in the cement
Okay.
in the wrong side.
Losing consciousness?
Yeah. Listen.
Dukes, can I get a card from you?
I don't have one now. We
Okay,
don't have
what's your
they
badge
don't
number?
give us cards.
Okay, what's your badge number?
1059.
Let me see if I can get my phone. Hold on.
Hold on, we have cards.
I get headaches.
Alright,
Okay.
it's in the blood test. Okay.
Thank
Like,
you.
go to hospital?
When Mr. Julian asks Officer
Oh
Dukes for
my
a business
god,
card,
bro! Look at her. Okay, yeah. I see who corroborated the witness report in the fucking. You know, I can tell. I see who corroborated the report of the witnesses in when they internally filed for an internal affairs review of the misconduct that occurred here.
Officer Dukes claims they are not issued cards by their department. However, Sergeant Poldador immediately corrects Officer Dukes, states that they do have cards, and provides Mr. Julian with the information he requested. If it was concluded that Officer Dukes intentionally lied to Mr. Julian in an attempt to avoid accountability for his actions, it is possible that he could be convicted of 2 common law crimes under South Carolina law: obstruction of justice and official misconduct. In the 1997 case of State versus Lyles Gray, a court of appeals in South Carolina upheld convictions for both of these offenses.
Dude, getting in trouble as a fucking cop in the United States of America is like getting arrested for like straw donations to a political campaign. Like, the law is designed to protect you every step of the way. Also, shouts out to Dinesh D'Souza for going to jail specifically for that, by the way. Like how are you bribing politicians when it's legal to do so? Are you that fucking dumb that you couldn't, go through a super PAC? Like, you had to do it illegally? And it's the same for cops. If you're getting into trouble as a cop, you really fucked up. Like, you are really, really just, it's crazy. Yeah, it's like insider trading for Congress people, okay? Which, of course, I don't think there's a singular example of insider trading, like congresspersons getting genuinely arrested for insider trading. So,
against an officer in the Camden Police Department for her conduct during a criminal investigation. The court explained that, quote, under common law obstruction of justice, it is an offense to do any act which prevents, obstructs, impedes, or hinders the administration of justice, and that, quote, misconduct in office occurs when persons in public office fail to properly and faithfully discharge a duty imposed by law. In this situation, the court concluded that the officer obstructed justice and committed misconduct in office by failing to interview witnesses after her daughter was identified as a suspect, obtaining a false arrest warrant for another suspect, and withholding evidence. While Officer Dukes' lie about whether the department issues identification cards did not rise to the same level of misconduct, given the broad definition of both of these offenses, it is still possible that he could be convicted if charged. However, it is important to note that while some states legally require officers to provide ID to citizens upon request, South Carolina law does not place this obligation on officers. Additionally, many police departments have policies requiring that officers identify themselves, but the Orangeburg Department of Public Safety's policy is not publicly available, and it is unclear whether their policy adheres to any form of officer identification guidelines.
Yeah.
Alright. Call me.
Brandon, he can get his stuff off the car.
Wait, what's he doing?
Dukes, will you say badge number?
1059.
After
It's a secret pig sign to other pigs.
Mr. Gaillard was treated by EMS, he and Mr. Julian were allowed to leave. 2 days after the incident, Officer Dukes was fired from the Orangeburg Department of Public Safety for violating the department's use of force policies, which, as stated before, are not publicly available. On August 25th, 2021, former Officer Dukes was charged with first-degree assault and battery, which could carry a sentence of up to 10 years in prison. As of the date of this episode, Mr. Gaillard is represented by an attorney, but he has not yet taken any legal action against Officer Dukes or the department. Overall, former Orangeburg Officer Dukes gets an F for physically assaulting Mr. Gaillard for no apparent reason, blatantly lying about the nature of the interaction in his police report, and for making a concerted effort to avoid being held accountable for his ridiculous antics. At no point during this encounter was Mr. Dukes in any danger, and it is clear that his violent actions were motivated by his ego, not officer or civilian safety. There was absolutely no legitimate excuse for shoving Mr. Gaillard's face into the pavement when it was plainly obvious that he was attempting to surrender. And this is exactly the type of conduct that has sparked nationwide unrest regarding members of law enforcement. Mr. Dukes' feeble attempts to explain his actions and manipulate the facts of the encounter only add to his incredulous and insidious behavior, and his conduct was nothing short of unacceptable. I commend the Orangeburg Department of Public Safety for immediately firing Mr. Dukes and pursuing criminal charges against him. And if there were a lower grade than an F, he certainly deserves that. Sergeant Polidor gets an A+ for remaining truthful and objective throughout the encounter, ensuring that Mr. Julian was given the necessary information to follow up on the incident, and for maintaining a calm, collected, and professional attitude throughout the interaction. Although it cannot be proven with any degree of certainty, I suspect that Sergeant Polidor was highly involved in the Orangeburg Department's decision to fire and charge Mr. Dukes. And
I mean, that face alone, like, it's just... That's the look of someone that's like, dude, what the fuck? What are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you even doing? I mean, the other cop too, even. And normally I think in other situations, if this was like a well-liked and well-respected cop, I don't think they would have done this. I think they would have fucking probably defended him. That's what I'm pointing out. That's why I said it seems like this is a unique circumstance, if you know what I mean.
And the testimony that she offered in her incident report likely played a vital role in making certain that he was held accountable for his actions. Officers who witness acts of misconduct are often placed in a position where they must consider whether reporting that misconduct is worth the potential damage to their career that could arise from pursuing accountability for the actions of their colleagues. And it is all too common to see members of law enforcement justify the actions of their peers in any way they can to avoid facing the repercussions of speaking out against them. This notion was on full display in this very interaction when Sergeant Meyer fist bumped Mr. Dukes for an appropriate use of force without knowing any of the details beyond what Mr. Dukes had told him. I commend Sergeant Polidor for having the courage and conviction to hold Mr. Dukes accountable for his actions, and I sincerely hope that her actions inspire other officers who witness misconduct to come forward and do the same within their department. As for Mr. Gaillard and Mr. Julian, I cannot rightfully issue a grade to individuals whose actions were purely dictated by the conduct of the officers on the scene. Nothing the pair did was uncivil, and the two obeyed all the commands of the officers to the best of their ability without knowing.
This channel is so wild because in other circumstances, they do end up grading like black people on how well they got fucking owned by cops. You know what I mean? I find that a little odd. Maybe, I don't know. It is a little bizarre. You know what I mean? We're just like, hey, in this circumstance of police brutality, these black people behaved really well.
Knowing the context of the encounter. It could certainly be argued that both Mr. Gaillard and Mr. Julian were both victims of police misconduct, one by way of physical violence, and the other by an attempt to avoid accountability. It should be noted that Mr. Julian made a legitimate effort to gather then Officer Dukes' personnel information, presumably in an effort to file a complaint against him, and I commend him for sensing that Mr. Dukes' actions were unlawful.
It's a little weird, but to be fair, I think he also talks about best practices on how to deal with police brutality. And like, look, he's grading him on like going after and immediately trying to gather personal information. I mean, grading is still insensitive. Don't misunderstand me. Especially like, you know, here, I'm grading these victims of police brutality and how they behaved is weird as fuck. But I do think that, it's good and educational overall to like show people what they should do, especially after the misconduct has taken place, like getting their information, stuff like that.
Lawful and doing what he could to hold him accountable. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would.
You should have given them an A for alive. Hey, by the way, we got Trapped in a Box. New box content by The Cut. Let's go. Cringy dating content is back, folks. I know I'm making a quick switch over. What? Sydney Sweeney trends after fans call her out the star for sharing a photo from her mother's birthday party, which includes a family member sporting a Blue Lives Matter shirt. Other photos from the event saw partygoers wearing parodied MAGA hats. Oh my God. Wait. Oh my God. Oh, that's so ugly. I love that. Oh, fuck yes. Oh, fuck. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck me. Oh, look at that shirt. I would wear a shirt like that. Oh, that's a particularly gross one. Oh, that's so good. Where's Sydney Sweeney from? I mean, this is a very Caucasian family. I'm not surprised. Yeah. Cancel me too, my whole family wears that shit. Yeah, I was about to say, like, I was about to say, what is she supposed to do? Kill her fucking family members? Like, what the fuck? It's not even an actual MAGA hat. Wait, what? What is it? Open image, new tab. Make street great again? What? Oh, they got MAGA themed Make 60 Great Again hats? Bro. Yo, that's awesome. Yo, that's awesome. Bro. This is like, dude. Oh, no. That's hilarious. Why did she post that? Oh, she's so dumb. You guys, this is a wild, innocent celebration for my mom's milestone 60th birthday party. It's turned into an absurd political statement, which is not the intention. Please stop making assumptions. Bush love to everyone. Happy birthday, Mom. You know the Zoomers are bitching about her having family members exactly like this. Yeah. I mean, it's like... Is it because the country theme of it all? That was just the theme of the party. Doesn't mean your family are Republicans. You should be allowed to celebrate your mom's birthday in peace. It's because someone at the party was wearing a Blue Lives Matter shirt. Yeah. Okay. I mean, your mom wanted to do a MAGA-themed 60th birthday party? That's kind of crazy. Like, are they on multiple levels of irony or what's going on? But also, by the way, I don't care. I literally don't care. I don't care. It's fine. Like, straight up, you should be fucking, if you have horny conservative family members, yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? Just go to jail? Like, everybody calm the fuck down. Unless Sydney Sweeney forces her parents to vote for Joe Biden at gunpoint, I can no longer, in good conscience, stand her TV show about high schoolers snorting heroin out of each other's mouths. Unless she denounces her parents who are probably in the bottom 20th percentile of racist white people in America, I will be forced to boycott the episode where all 15-year-olds smoke meth. This guy didn't even understand it. Obama Joker time. This is kind of sick and parasocial. You're trying to control her family relationships. Oh, we're all so brain broken. Yeah, this is the take. This is the take that everybody brings up. Honestly, if you're a white person who says they're committed to racial justice and you're good standing with most of your family, I have questions for you, and they're definitely pointed. Yeah, how about you fucking point it on your own, man? Okay? Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, kill. Yeah, these people are like, yo, you should kill your family members if they fucking. if they're fucking conservative. Like, what the fuck? Oh, you're gonna be dripping that Make 40 Great Again, dripping a year or two, Blue Lives Matter shirt and all. We're gonna love it. Yeah. Armenian genocide denier would say that. Oh, fucking, come on, bro. I can't. I right now, I'm gonna be honest. Wait, what? Sydney Sweeney's dad watching her get back shots from a black man in Euphoria. Did that happen? Not like the literal dad watching it. I'm saying, like, is that what happened in Euphoria? I'm 31. I never watched it. A couple of times, yeah. Like, there are ways of dealing with your conservative parents. You know what I mean? Fucking cut them off. Put parental locks on Fox News. You know what I mean? Stop them from watching that shit. Change their Facebook account so they can't actually log on. They're not too good at technology. You can, clown them. At first, they'll be like, oh, man, I can't log on Facebook. What's going on? It's like, it's fine. Change the Wi-Fi password. Be like, Mom, you should read instead. You know what I mean? And not the fucking Bill O'Reilly books. I'm trying, but they call me a Nazi, get violent like a toddler. What is it? What if it's my brother who understands tech? Yeah, I mean, you're kind of cooked then. Gave my dad a drone, but sadly he still has time for Fox News. Yo, parents always make up time for Fox News. You just got to take Fox News away from them. If they ask for Fox News, I'll link your Fox News reacts instead. I mean, she herself did nothing wrong, and her parents are probably just brainwashed by Fox News, so it's not like people should hate her for it. Yeah, I mean, what the fuck are people... It is weird. It is definitely weird that I don't know. It is definitely fucking weird that people are losing their minds over this, but it's expected. My grandpa died and now he can't watch Fox News. Why'd people smile? I just want to know if they were like multiple layers deep in irony and they were doing like this is a yeehaw themed birthday party, you know what I mean? Because that would be kind of sick. Or if they're just fucking straight conservatives, who gives a fuck? All she had to do was not post it. Why? She loves her mom, you know? She posted with her fucking mom. It's a normal thing. I want a MAGA theme party. I mean, I would do that. Yeah, her family's racist, but they aren't homophobic. I mean, they were having a blast. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, God damn. What? simple answers are best. I just think they're conservative. I mean, yeah, they probably are. I mean, whatever the fuck Sydney Sweeney's from, it makes sense. Last time posting because I'm not going to annoy you with this link. Black conservative propaganda by fan of the show, Larry Elder. No, I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch that. I just want more details on this, man. I want more details. I want to know. I want to know what the fuck was going on here. I think she said it. I think she would have said it if it was ironic. Well, obviously it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the only reason why I want to know. I want to know if it's ironic or not because it's like kind of funny. You know what I mean? Especially if it's like ironic. But this dude is probably not ironically wearing the ugliest Blue Lives Matter shirt you could have fucking found, you know? It's kind of fucked up that people trying to cancel her aren't even considering she's hot. I agree. She's from fucking Spokane, Lamau. She's not even from the South. Oh, my friend, I have something to tell you about old white people. Oh, wow. That's crazy. She's from Spokane? That's crazy, man. What? Old white people from the PNW are way worse. They're serial killer races? Not all. Okay, tap back and we're thirsting, I guess. No, we're canceling her, bro. She's done. She's done for good. We blame Nicki. Wait, what? For ending Cardi's career per. What is happening here? You guys are so, and me as a fan of both Cardi and Nicki, I'd be like here defending Cardi and there to defend Nicki. What? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have asked that question. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. I have no opinion on it. Please don't tell me. Please. Please. I do not want to know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to the Barbs. I'm so sorry. She was always right. Wait, what? U.S. concerned about judicial harassment after Turkish pop star's arrest? What? The United States said it remained concerned about Turkish censorship of free speech and women's groups protested after the arrest of Gülşen over a past quip she made about religious schools. Singer-songwriter was jailed on Thursday pending trial on what the fuck? On the charge of incitement to hatred after a video of her on-stage remark in April was broadcast by a pro-government outlet. While several state ministers condemned Gülşen's word, her arrest drew a fierce response from critics who see President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's government as bent on punishing those who oppose conservative views. A U.S. State Department spokesperson said it remains concerned about widespread efforts of Turkey to restrict expression via censorship and judicial harassment following Gülşen's detention. Yeah, what the fuck are you guys going to do about it? You're going to be like, oh, never mind. We forgot about Gülşen when they send like 3 fucking free Bayraktar's over to Ukraine. I swear to God. America will be like, whoa, that's really fucked up. And then turn around and be like, actually, they could do whatever they want, really, King. Execute her, as a matter of fact. The moment that Turkey's like, yeah, the moment that Turkey's like, Turkey's going to come out being like, Vladimir Putin, you should leave. Didn't Recep Tayyip Erdogan recently literally say Vladimir Putin should leave Crimea? The moment that Erdogan says some shit like that, America's going to be like, oh, fuck, my bad, actually. You should kill whoever you want. Protesters in Istanbul criticize what they call inconsistency between the judiciary and action towards violence against women and the artist's speedy investigation and arrest. Many say Gülşen was targeted for her liberal views and support for LGBTQ rights. Hundreds of women would be alive today if men who assaulted other women were captured as fast as Gülşen was. Organizers of the Istanbul protesters told demonstrators through a loudspeaker, her arrest is the latest injustice against women who don't fit the mold or are not the type of woman the government wants. in the video of her performance in April. Oh my God. Gülşen refers to a musician in her band and says in a lighthearted manner, he studied at an Imam Hatip school previously. That's where his perversion comes from. That's what she got arrested for? Are you fucking kidding me? Oha, Allah belanızı versin hayvan oğlu hayvanlar. Yuh. Yuh. Yuh. Vay amına koyayım ya. İnanamıyorum yani. İnanamıyorum. Gerçekten inanamıyorum. Hayvanlığın ön seviyesi. Yuh. Bunun için hapse mi atılır amına koyayım birisi ya? Manyak mı lan bu insanlar? Ayı. Hepsi ayı amına koyayım. Yuh. Yargıladığın suçun en ağır cezası bile hapisteyken tutuklu tutuyorlar. Amerika neden bu olay için yorum yapmış, ne sanıyorlar abi bunlar kendini? Amerika'nın niye bu işin laf ettiğini bilmiyorum. Belki yine Erdoğan bir şey yapmıştır, ona göre bunu kullanıyorlardır ona karşı da. Ne fark eder? Hayvanlığın önde gideni ya. Ayı oğlu ayılar, köpek oğlu köpekler. Böyle davranılır mı lan? İnsan böyle davranır mı? Hayvan. Erdoğan, whose Islamist rooted party first came to power 2 decades ago. Bir de İmam Hatip zaten Fethullah Gülen'in okulu değil mi ya? Yanlış mı hatırlıyorum? Samanyolu falan gibi değil mi İmam Hatipler? Yoksa İmam Hatipler şey mi? Türk Devleti'nin mi? Ha, devletin lisesi değil mi İmam Hatip? Yok yok değil. Onlar sadece dindar lise. Devletin dindar lisesi. Meslek lisesi imam yetişiyor. Devletin lisesi. Okay. So Imam Hatip is a type of school that is paid for by the government. It's a public school. It's like a trade school, but for imams. Okay, imams, as in like the priests for Muslims. Okay, it's like So what they did was she made a joke about how like this dude was a pervert because he went to Imam Hatip, like a government funded priest school, right? For Muslims. Yeah, it's a state sponsored theology school basically. And that's why they fucking arrested her. Which is insane, like out of control, completely psychotic. So she did a blasphemy against the church in Christian terms, kind of, yes. Anyway. Can you react to this anti-Dr. Oz attacks his Turkish connections and some have problems with called bigoted? I don't know. I really need context for it. I already talked about it yesterday. It is bigoted. It is kind of fucked up. Gülşen on Thursday apologized to anyone offended by her remarks, saying they were seized upon by some who want to polarize society. Bro, this is like when motherfuckers who hate me clip chip shit that I said and then manufacture outrage, except the government is doing it and they arrested her for it. You know what I mean? I'll use like Twitch and American terms for you to understand. Like it's like if someone clips something I said out of context or like completely sucked the nuance out of it and then I went to jail for it. You know what I mean? It's a joke. And not only if it was not a joke, if it was serious, she still should not have fucking gone to jail over it. Like that, it's not even kind of fucked up. It's just like insane, completely insane. And people say religion is harmless. Brother, that has nothing to do with religion, okay? Don't speak out of your fucking ass. This has nothing to do with actually religion. Religion is a weapon, just like Donald Trump used in America. Recep Tayyip Erdogan used way before him. Okay? Will you cover the upcoming Swedish election and the rise of the far-right neo-Nazi Sweden Democrats? He isn't even wrong, though. I'm a Muslim, even though I know Imam Hatip's for the most part raised perverts and scum. It is basically a Catholic high school equivalent of Turkish Muslims. Bro, you don't have to take it like extra serious, okay? Religion is, in this circumstance and in many other instances, used as a tool. There are actually religious There are actually religious people who aren't like Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who just uses religion to justify his reactionary and incredibly fucking awful attitude. Erdogan's trying to bait seculars into rioting so he can postpone the upcoming elections. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is doing, what the fuck's happening here. She might be released on Monday or upcoming days. There might be other news they try to surpass. That's why this happens. It's crazy. You're also kind of like hyper focusing on religion when the element that is at play here is conservatism and like reactionary bullshit. You know what I mean? Do you think the same can be said for nationalism then? No, nationalism can only be used as an emancipatory movement if it was like literally post-colonial oppression or anti-colonial struggle. Kind of like here where our current president used Imam as his running mate for elections to get Islamic fundies to vote for him and it worked. Stop yelling fire in a theater? What? Bro, this is not the type of thing that anyone would ever normally, even though Turkey has no free speech. Okay? Turkey has no free speech. And I don't mean like fucking Germany where you get fined for saying like that you love Hitler or something. I'm talking straight up no free speech. So much so that Recep Tayyip Erdogan literally went to jail originally and could not even like run for office originally because of a fucking a poem that he read about Atatürk, the founding father of Turkey. Right? Am I wrong about that? Recep Tayyip Erdogan hapse girmedi mi amına koyayım ilk 90'larda? Yeah. Atatürk'le ilgili değil şiir. Ne okudu? Ne şiiri okudu? Atatürk'le ilgili değil miydi? Türk gazeteleri gece 4'te operasyon yaparmış gibi alıyorlar abi. Dinle ilgili Necip Fazıl'ın. 6 Aralık 1997'de Siirt'te düzenlenen bir açık hava toplantısı sırasında topluluğa yaptığı konuşmada kullandığı ifadeler sebebiyle halkı sınıf, ırk, din, mezhep veya bölge farklılığı göstererek kim ve düşmanlığa tahrik ettiği gerekçesiyle kendisine açılan dava sonucunda 10 ay hapis cezasına çarptırıldı. Okay. Recep Tayyip Erdogan on the 6th of December 1997 had a gathering, okay? And in that gathering, in that meeting, he used certain terms and certain terminology. I believe he read a poem, and he was charged with creating chaos and separating and dividing the public by class, race, religion, and ethnicity, or regional differences, and creating, I guess, kin. And creating what, like fucking chaos and düşmanlık nasıl söyleyeyim ya? Like maliciousness, incitement. It's basically incitement, and that's why he went to he got hit with 10 months in prison. But this was in 1997. Minareler, süngü kubbeler, miğfer, Allahu Ekber gibi bir şey okudu. Hatırlamıyorum. Yine agresif bir şiirdi. Minareler, roket falan bir şeyler zırvalıyordu. Okay, I guess it wasn't about Atatürk, the founding father. But I guess it was about, I don't really remember the details, but I guess it was about fucking like the mosques are like rockets or something. I don't fucking know. This was pre-AKP, yes. So I mean, I don't know, man. This is insane. A Turkish singer for me. I'm gonna tweet about this. Neler çekiyoruz abi, Amerikalılar şükredin cap. Yeah, this is, I mean, Turkey is really bad with free speech. You already know this. I've talked about it a lot. So, I mean, it's the horrifying, the shit that they put people through. And jail journalists like regularly for investigating the Erdogan family, openly writing about corruption, which is like pretty much impossible to do now anyway because every newspaper is owned by fucking loyalists. Fucking disgusting. Hasan neden sık küfür ediyorsun? Oğlum küfür etmeyeyim de ne yapayım amına koyayım? Baksana duruma. Ülkenin anasını sikiyor Erdoğan son 30 senedir. Sen hala neden küfür ediyorsun diyorsun. O küfür etmezsen ne yapacaksın abi? Allah belasını versin bu hayvanoğlu hayvanların. İnanamıyorum ya. Herif geldi niye küfür ediyorsun abi diyor. Silivri soğuktur değil mi? Türkiye'ye geri gelmezsen etme küfür. Abi Türkiye'ye geri gelemezsin etme küfür. Lan zaten gelmiyorum amına koyayım. Gelmiyorum. Erdoğan siktirsin gitsin ondan sonra gelirim. Erdoğan'dan önce gelmem ama. Kanka bu küfür de koyunlar için rica etsem saat gece 3. Can you translate what you're saying for us in the back? You put the ghost of Kiev in self-defense mode? What the fuck is that? I don't even know what this motherfucker's saying. I'm banning this. We banned so many people today, dude. Holy shit. Anyway. Is your stream watchable in Turkey? Like, is it blocked at all? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's blocked. Can Erdogan be voted out? Yes. And he probably will, which is part of the reason why he's behaving this way in the lead up to an election. That he knows he will lose. Once he lost Istanbul, it's done. I said it. No copium. No copium.
To this day,
You're
I
crazy.
don't think...
You're crazy. Unless Erdogan, and also same with Bolsonaro too, unless they do some fucked up shit, and it's even less likely to happen in Turkey, a coalition has already formed and will most likely overthrow the Erdogan regime after 30 fucking years. They've lost so much ground. The only thing that breathed life back into Erdogan's administration and its power, that even created a constitutional reform after a referendum took place, was the coup d'etat attempt made by the CIA asset Fethullah Gülen. If America hadn't fucking involved itself in Turkish affairs as one does so regularly and so routinely, thank you. Shouts out to the fucking CIA for that, by the way. Thank you for that, CIA. Recep Tayyip Erdogan was already... Recep Tayyip Erdogan was on his way out. His popularity was waning. And then it saw a massive uptick. because there was a common enemy again. Like the common enemy here at the top of the hour is the ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you could do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. All right? That's it. That's how it goes. Now, if you no longer want to see those ads, like I said, we're going to watch this Trapped in the Box cut video. If you no longer want to see ads, you can get gifted a sub as well. Here's the 1 minute ad break. Now let's continue.
I've ever been that in love with anybody.
So why'd you fuck it up and cheat on me?
Hey, a little hug or something or no?
Sure.
Hey. After you, I guess. The breakup happened May of 2019, more or less.
Like junior year of our college? It was a while ago, yeah. I like this.
Yeah.
I swear to God, they find like the most like Seattle motherfuckers you can find.
Comfy. I think there are things that both of us did.
There was an incident our junior year, and so I kind of want to get into that.
Before we start, would you like a Tic Tac or no?
Do you think at the end of the 12 hours there's any chance you could fall back in love with him?
Oof. I don't think so.
We could leave potentially maybe starting something new.
What do you mean by?
Like potentially getting back together. Maybe.
What did you think when I texted you if you wanted to be here?
We still need to have a couple conversations. So I was like, what better way than sitting in a box where you
Wait, I misunderstood. Trapped in a box with my ex for 12 hours? Bro, this is awesome. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. God damn it.
sit on your phone and you can't leave. I don't think either of us will really come out of here angry.
Well, I guess wait and see, I suppose.
Who asked who out first?
It was a long process.
That's
we were friends for a long time.
We were friends for a few months.
We became like best friends, I would say.
I knew that I liked you. You were and still are very attractive and beautiful and stylish and very fun to be around and stuff. And so we go to this little party, we all get really drunk. You started making out with everybody.
It was a game.
At this point, it was like, what, 4 or 5 in the morning? And I was like, I should
What?
probably go because I have work tomorrow at like 10.
Oh my God. Wait, hold up. What? Bro, what? Yo, ladies in the chat, be like, too many earrings. You're better off, sis. What are you, fucking crazy? Do you not hear what he just said? Am I crazy? Did I just misunderstand what he said? Didn't he just literally say she just made out with like everybody at the party?
What around and were and still are very attractive and beautiful and stylish and very fun to be around and stuff. And so we go to this little party, we all get really drunk. You started making out with everybody.
It's just a game, dude. Yeah, hide my penis in your vagina. Oh, that's the game we're doing. You know what I mean? Oh, before they were together. Okay. Before they were together.
It was a game.
At this point, it was like, what, 4 or 5 in the morning. And I was like, I should probably go because I have work tomorrow at like 10. So you walk me like out of the building. And as I'm leaving, we engage in copious amounts of making out. And then I think the next day is when we had the conversation of like, okay, are we officially boyfriend, girlfriend? And we were like, yes. And that was September 24th.
Damn, they met at an orgy, bro. What the fuck?
You know, we were together for a while, close to 2 years, I guess. In that time,
Before they dated, slut phase is quite common in college. I made out like 5 guys in a night, not too proud. No, I don't give a shit about that. I thought they were dating. I misunderstood. I thought that they were dating and she did that. I was like, okay, that's wild. But if they met at a party when, she was hooking up with a bunch of people, like whatever, this fucking, who gives a shit?
you know, there were mistakes that were made and stuff. I just wanted to apologize because I cheated on you when we were together. And that really hurt you a lot. It's one of those things that to this day I still think about like really often. It really wasn't fair, especially you.
Damn, my man, what the fuck? She's like, you hit above your weight class and then you cheated on her? That's crazy.
You know, being a kind person that you are and being the type of
man, you fucked up, dude. What the fuck?
girlfriend that you were and the type of friend that you were and how important you were to me. I think I was just so like caught up in like the self-loathing of it. I wasn't even able to like see far enough to like
You're
see
just
you.
imploding.
And that made things worse, I think. But
I think living together made it worse.
yeah, I think so.
After you broke up with me, you kind of acted like we were still dating without the label.
Well, we never like did stuff after we broke up.
No, we didn't. But like you would say like, "Hey, sugar tits," and I'm like,
What?
"Yeah." You were like in a silly, goofy mood, and you smacked my butt too, and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, that was definitely stuff that was.
It was
No.
you were having a moment, and then we had the final. I'm sure you're aware of where I'm going with this. We, I don't know, studied for an hour, and then I was getting sleepy, and I don't even know why you suggested I like sleep in your room. I was literally right next door.
Yeah, well, I remember because you were on my bed and you were like sort of sitting, but you were lying down. And you were like literally dozing off. So what I meant was like if you want to like sleep for a minute, like you can.
All of a sudden, like I had woken up and I had felt like a hand on my thigh, and I'm like, that's weird. I don't know what to do. I'm sure it'll stop. I kind of wanted to see your perspective. What was going through your head?
I think one of the hardest parts for me when we first broke up, and especially since we were still living together, when you're with somebody for a long time and you're used to having a certain.
This is wild. What the fuck? This is, of all the things to be cut off, this dude about to get arrested at the end of this at this rate? No, I mean, look. Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but it did seem like he just was, you know.
I studied for an hour, and then I was getting sleepy, and I don't even know why you suggested I like sleep in your room. I was literally right next door.
Yeah, well, I remember because you were on my bed and you were like sort of sitting, but you were lying down. And you were like literally dozing off. So what I meant was like if you want to like sleep for a minute, like you can.
All of a sudden, like I had woken up and I had felt like a hand on my thigh, and I'm like, that's weird. I don't know what to do. I'm sure it'll stop. I kind of wanted to see your perspective. What was going through?
Okay, that's definitely weird. I don't 12 hours apart.
Your head.
I think one of the hardest parts for me when we first broke up, and especially since we were still living together, when you're with somebody for a long time.
I mean, listen. Chatters who are freaking out, they are living together. They might be in a phase where, like, you know, because he cheated on her, he's like I'm just trying to be as like charitable as possible. It is weird what he did. What he did is like very weird. What he did is very creepy, and completely unacceptable. But maybe the reason why she's like even interested and willing to do this, 12 hours in a fucking box, was because, like, you know, she thought that he was. You have no obligation to defend this dude. I'm not even defending the dude. There's nothing to defend there. What he did is wrong, like completely fucking unacceptable. Maybe he was just like trying to fucking mend the relationship or something in his own fucking twisted way. It's completely unacceptable. Like, obviously. They should do this with a leftist and a conservative. That'd be entertaining? Maybe. Chatters asked, why did they cut through? You know what I mean? Chatters asked why they cut through that part and like breeze past it. That could be one of the reasons.
And you're used to having a certain physical intimacy and a certain relationship and a certain things. Obviously, like I knew that once we ended, those things had to end. But it's not like, it's not possible for like any person to just like have like a switch that you flipped and go from like boyfriend mode to friend mode, especially things with like physical contact. And I didn't realize that. I'm really sorry. And I really do apologize about making you feel that way and putting my hands on you in a way that I shouldn't have. I really, really hope that you'll hear me and know that I didn't intend for it to be a harmful, aggressive thing. It was
weird. It didn't feel aggressive. I was just, after that point, I was unsure.
Is it time for a potty break by chance?
Yeah.
Do you think it would be possible to just be friends?
It's weird, because I've got a vibe.
What do you mean a vibe?
When I moved to Korea, he made me a playlist that was like 9 hours, 10 hours, and all the songs are like, I miss you, if it were up to me, I'd be with you, and like songs like that. So I was like, we're musicians, is he trying to send me a message?
Bro, lady, you're a bit dense, huh? What the fuck? He was not laying it on subtly at all. He was laying it on thick, dude. What do you mean? What do you mean? Nah. Just probably funny coincidences. What could he have meant with this 9-hour-long playlist of all I miss you? Can we get back together? There was a song called I'm Sorry for Cheating. There was another song called Sorry for Putting My Hand on You While You Were Sleeping. I was mistaken of doing that. It was like very specific music choices. I didn't even know a song like that existed, but it was, yeah. It's so odd. It's such an odd. He had a song for everything. Yeah, there was another chatter. Yeah, there was one called "Don't Go to Korea, Please. Please don't do this." And then like 8 hours of Democratic People's Republic of Korea Jusha propaganda. It was weird.
The ways that you're feeling.
I feel like it felt really healthy and it felt pretty natural, I think.
Who was better at that?
Probably you.
Me?
Probably.
Why probably?
Experience.
I guess, yeah, I have more sexual partners. I think we made a good team, if you will. We were...
You do rock, paper, scissors, slide, braiding hair.
I mean, I don't know that you can braid my hair, but I could braid your hair.
Okay. So the Spotify playlist you made, eh?
Yeah? You like it?
There's quite a few songs in there.
Yeah.
When I was listening to it in Korea, I was like, are you sending a message?
I was not intending to send you any kind of a message through the music.
Yeah, no, just like totally, you are mistaken, madam. It was totally random. It was totally random songs for 9 hours.
Hoping that I was?
I mean, I wouldn't say I was.
Bro, what do you mean? What do you fucking mean? What do you fucking mean? Like, if you do a playlist if you put together a 9-hour playlist, that's already a message in and of itself. It's a message that you should stay the fuck away from this dude, okay? 9 hours? Who's listening to music for 9 hours? How many fucking songs did this dude put in the playlist, dude? 9 hours? How many songs can fit in a 9-hour playlist? I don't want to do the math on my own. For the average DJ set, DJs will play 60 songs. I mean, I guess 2 hours is like around what? Let's say 2 hours, 60 songs. Right? Like around, okay, about 180 if they're 3 minutes average. 20 songs an hour, 9 is about 200. My playlist has 1K plus songs, Lamont. First of all, you ain't getting to all 1K songs. That's number one. Number two, okay? Number two. He made it individually for her Korea trip. That's entirely different than like every song you've ever listened to on your own personal playlist that you made for yourself. Motherfucker curated a playlist of 9 hours. 9 hours full of music, dude.
Hoping, but it seemed a little too like, I'm gonna pull that playlist up later and I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean.
Honestly, a big piece of it was like, I know you're gonna be on a fucking flight for a long time, so like if you're absolutely bored and you get sick of your own music and you want some fresh tunes, then here you go, mate. Okay, that's not too bad. That ain't too bad.
He said, mate.
How's it going?
It's going good. Time's flying.
You said maybe you would consider getting back together. Do you feel more strongly about that?
It's still kind of coming along now that we're kind of getting into like deeper conversations and like talking about issues that were really just pushing our relationship. I think it's starting to get a little bit stronger. It's not ruled out.
So what else do you want to explore?
Definitely the pregnancy.
What?
Are you having any romantic feelings for her right now and being with her this long?
Wow, okay.
Yo, this video, dude, the cut is crazy. They're diabolical, dude. They're fucking diabolical.
That's a fair question. You know, it's like as we're reminiscing and like talking about things and thinking about memories, there's definitely moments where like I just kind of look at her and remember those feelings and remember those moments and sort of think like, yeah, like it's a hard thing to not want back.
Do a little yoga.
You'll teach me some yoga? Me too?
You're gonna bring that back,
This
straight
one?
back.
Straight back.
Like lean down, lay down. I feel like a seal. That's more dolphin.
Did you two talk about marriage?
When we dated.
Yeah, when we dated, for sure.
Like briefly, not much. Like
it came
they
up
weren't
several times.
yeah, but they weren't like in gross detail.
I don't know if you remember this. We straight up had conversations about like, here goes, ready? About how we would raise our kids, like religiously speaking. We were like, if we have kids, you were like, I want to raise my kids Christian. And I was like, I'm not Christian, but if you want to raise them that way, like that's fine. Just know that I'm not necessarily in that belief.
We talked about religion quite a bit. Throughout the relationship, like I would ask you to come, because it means a lot just for you to show up.
Right.
Just to come to my church. I think it was hitting a nerve with your experience with your dad. Stepdad and his pushiness. But going was something that was like upsetting you, and I didn't want to do anything to like make you upset, but I didn't want to say it's okay that you don't come. That point has always been a breaking point with me and guys and people I've been with.
Yeah. To this day, I don't think I've ever like been that in love with anybody.
So why'd you fuck it up and cheat on me? Because this isn't the first time you've told me, oh, I love you so much, or like, I'm so in love with you.
Because I'm a fucking idiot, honestly. Because I'm fucking stupid, and
Were you just not thinking?
No.
So why didn't you tell me immediately?
I really thought I was doing better by you by not telling you. I couldn't think to myself like, I fucked it up so bad that she's gonna leave me, and I don't want to lose her.
So just selfish?
Yes.
How were those quesadillas?
They're good.
They're really good. Do you think if we were to date now, where we are in our lives, we would be better for each other?
I think so. We can't be worse than we were for each other. You seem a lot more like mentally healthy personally, because I think you.
Uh-oh. She's seeing signs that he has gotten better. Falling for the trap, dude.
Were your worst enemy when we were dating.
We definitely would be a lot better for each
I
other
think
now.
there are still some challenges to get over.
Sure.
If we were to date.
Yeah.
Number one being that I'm pregnant.
Can you give us some more context of how he knows already?
I had moved.
What the fuck? Wait, what's happening, dude?
moved to Korea to teach English, and I met a guy over there, and he was really kind to me, made me laugh. One night we had sex, and immediately after having sex, I was like, I'm pregnant. I'm gonna be pregnant. Before I got the actual pregnancy test, I broke up with him. And I had said, if I actually am pregnant, I'm going to move to America. My support system's there. And we had a long conversation, which ended in me being called childish. And so I flew back. I think you were one of the first friends I saw.
Can you ask her, are you looking for someone to raise your child?
Ooh.
Are you looking for someone to raise your child with?
Am I seeking somebody? No. It would be nice to have someone to help, because I don't want to meet someone and then say, hi, I'm pregnant, I'm going to have a child. Like, if you're with me, you have to take care of the kid.
Narrows down the pool.
Significantly.
You've made a lot of hard choices, and I applaud you for everything you've done so far, honestly. How are you doing with it?
It was a struggle. I was not happy when I found out I was pregnant. And I had kind of thought about abortion, but I did some praying and realized that you can't really make a plan in your life because it's not always going to go how you want it to. There's no point in a plan, and my life is led by God, so I guess I'm going back to America. That's where I'm needed.
Do you believe that God intended, like planned for you to have a baby?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
It's scary, but like it's literally showing me I have so many people that I can count on and that can help me, and that's what helped me move back here.
Hypothetically, if we were to get back together today, what would that look like?
I mean, there's so many unknowns and questions because I'm pregnant. I would like to think, because we've gone through the small talk portion of like, where are you from?
Where are you from?
We're already to the point where we know enough about each other.
And we know that we click.
I'd want you to go to church weekly because it is my identity. Again, it's literally just supporting me, not necessarily believing all of it.
Another pro of hypothetically getting back together today.
Having a stepdaddy.
Having a stepdaddy. That's a pro for you.
Oh my God.
What do you miss most about me?
Okay. What do I miss most about you?
Yeah.
Like one thing or like several things?
I mean, you can give me a list.
Even in our relationship, we really were like best friends first. Like we absolutely were. You really quite were my other half. You had a lot of love to give, and it was very beautiful to receive.
I miss telling you all my little dramas, and like you're my little partner in crime, so I would just literally whatever I knew you knew. Also having someone that makes me laugh to the point I cackle. It's been a long time since I've heartily laughed. Like legitimately. You're a man of moody moods.
Moody moods, what that means.
Like songwriting. You wrote several songs about me.
Well, I wrote songs about you before we were dating, and I wrote at least one song for you while we were dating. Do you remember that? For Christmas.
Oh yes,
the girl with yellow hair.
And the Pop-Tarts.
Back when you were blonde.
It's probably somewhere still on my
6
phone
months ago,
because
I met
couldn't
this girl
really.
who told me she could draw real well, but she forgot to mention her real talent was stealing hearts.
Is there a date gonna happen?
There could be.
We've been talking about going to the zoo.
We have the zoo.
The otters.
Would you consider it a date, or would it just be like, we're friends?
I think I'm going to the zoo with someone on my own. It's a date. The zoo is my date spot.
The zoo is your date spot. Zoo and then Dippin' Dots.
Do you want a date?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed.
That was. It's either all in or like not at all.
Yeah, that's true. I would say yes. But at the same time, I feel like maybe I would need a little bit of time to think about it. Now that the hypothetical is becoming more real, you know, it's like if it's you know, like if it's in, it's all in kind of thing, you know what I mean? And like there's history and there's people and there's families and there's baby and there's this and there's drama and there's these things. My initial response is to say yes.
I'm trying to think of how that handshake went.
I barely
So
remember.
there's smack, pinky, birdie, pull it back, fist bump.
Come on. Did we shake on it? Is that our... We shook on it?
One date.
Dude, this is so... I'm not doing a react to this because I'm not looking at it because I'm actually bored by this content. And I'm actually going to end it right now. I was supposed to shoot a podcast later today, and now the podcast is canceled. So we're just gonna upload this week the Super Mega Cast episode that I did with Super Mega while Will was in Austin with OTK. I'm not playing Valorant. I'm not playing a video game. I'm tired. I got to deal with some stuff here. I got to deal with work on that end. Okay. So I got to figure some stuff out right now. I'm just gonna hit the last 3-minute ad break here. I'll probably be live tomorrow, but it'll be good. The Super Mega Podcast is good. We'll just this is rough. You are a beta. Yes, I am a beta. Sorry for that. Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna have to deal with this shit. Okay. Thank you to the moderators for doing a great day of regulation and a great day of moderating. Holy fuck. My mentions are hell currently. Not that it'll die down. It's just like we have activated the most mentally ill Nazis on the internet. That is not related to why I'm ending early though. I got to figure out what to do with the podcast now that it's not fucking happening. Because our guest fell through. But fear not. There's another episode of Fear And with me and the Super Mega Boys. That will be out on Monday regardless. We already had additional content lined up, and I'll most likely be live tomorrow as well. So yeah, that's it. Okay.
Stunning lo-fi introduction, starting off the day.
All right, love you guys. See you tomorrow.
All the
Bye.
shadows